All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Freaky League Week 4. Gworf, of course. This week facing Jack. His team is weird. His team is terrifying. There are two mythicals on this team. I didn't know what moves Jirachi learned or what stats were. It has 100 everything and learns everything, it seems. And Pecharunt, which through watching the replays from Jack's past weeks, seems to be the center of his team, is like a Pecharunt boosting Pecharunt with Nasty Plotter, Weakness Policy, and kind of moving from there. Let's take a quick look at the team, and then I'll talk about mine. Okay, so here is on the left side here, we have Jack's team. Roaring Moon has been running booster energy as they usually do. Pretty standard Roaring Moon sets with like a Terra Ground stomping tantrum every once in a while. Superior, which has Contrary, so it can use Leaf Storm and get a special attack boost instead of a special attack drop. Jirachi, which, yeah, that's the one I'm most concerned about. But he's used it in I don't know what standard is for Jirachi, but he's used it in a special attack heavy standard item, sort of nothing too crazy with it. But it just learns almost everything, and so it's terrifying. It can set up Trick Room. It has Expanding Force. Which he hasn't used yet, but he could against my team, obviously, with me setting up Psychic Terrain. Yeah, it learns a ton of moves, so I'm kind of scared of it. Flygon, I don't expect to see it. Pecharunt, which is what a lot of my planning goes into. He's brought Pecharunt to every game of every set, I think. And then Dozo-Giri is another option he has, which I definitely think he'll bring. Blaziken, which I expect to see Blaziken because I have 3 or 4 different steel type Pokemon on my team. And Pecharunt obviously doesn't like steel types because it focuses mostly on poison damage. Roaring Moon doesn't like steel types. Jirachi doesn't like steel types. So I expect Blaziken to be here to counteract that. Or he could just do Dozo-Giri Earthquake things. Iron Thorns, didn't do a lot of prep into Iron Thorns. He seems to have only brought it once. I don't think it's a very good mon. No disrespect to Jack in his Iron Thorns, but I ran a couple of calcs and it just doesn't seem like, for my team with it being primarily rock and electric damage, it doesn't seem like it does a whole lot in my team, which is primarily steel and dragons. We have Weirdeer, which is not usually a threat offensively, but it has decent attack and special attack, like 90, 95-ish. It can set up Trick Room. Funny because I have Stantler, so Stantler's big brother on Jack's team. Clefable, which he hasn't brought yet, but it would be good into my team. If you did like a Terra Steel Clefable to resist Expanding Force and take away the possibility of Dire Claw, that's definitely something he could bring. Vikavolt, which I'm scared of too. If he gets Trick Room set up and gets Vikavolt going, then it could be very bad. I do have a plan into that though. And on Dozo, which we already talked about. You know Dozo things. So let's go to my team real quick. Starting off hot with Altaria. Here's the premise here. I haven't brought Altaria yet. It's not a great mon, but it has a niche. It has 2 niches, or 3 really. In this one, we have it has Safeguard and Haze. Pecharunt, I can outspeed everything except for max timid speed Pecharunt, and I can do Safeguard. I can also set up Tailwind and set up Safeguard before Roaring Moon even attacks, in case it, like, I don't know, did like Terra Dragon Claw or something like that into Altaria and killed it. So I can always get Safeguard up to prevent Pecharunt things. Haze, I can outspeed most things. Like if Tailwind's up, I can outspeed max speed Dozo and get Haze up to shut that down. Helping Hand is related to, well, first off, because Altaria just doesn't do a lot of damage. Like let's pop this real quick. Altaria has a base attack stat of 70 and a special attack stat of 70. I think it's lower than Whimsicott. So not a whole lot of damage going out here. So it's going to be helping Hand mostly, and being supportive. And Alluring Voice, just in case I need to do a little bit of damage for Altaria. I don't like having him on that can do no damage at all. So it can do something, and it can hurt some, like let's say Roaring Moon gets a boost up. It can use Alluring Voice to confuse it. because Alluring Voice will confuse any mon that's had a boost that turn, unless they're Covert Cloak. Tornadus, this is just mostly a standard. The spreads are just my standard Tornadus comfort pick. I don't have a lot of time to make this team. I'm making it like 30 minutes beforehand. So we're just going to see how it goes. But this is like a standard Terra Steel to avoid being poisoned by Pecharunt. I don't have Bleak Wind because it just isn't very good into this team. And I was running a couple calcs, and Sunny Day Heat Wave does the same amount of damage as Bleak Wind to it, to, neutral hits. So I'm thinking that I can do that instead, which will give me more options in like super effective Heat Wave into Jirachi, super effective Terra Steel, anything. And that could be a good option. Taunt to prevent Trick Room. I don't use Taunt. I never can end up using it right or positioning myself correctly. I'm not a huge fan of Taunt, but I thought I would have it just because Trick Room can be dangerous. I'm not going to change it at this point, but I think if I go back in time, probably would. I just don't have another move I would pick there. Scizor, mostly standard Scizor set for me at least. The Choice Band is something I don't usually like, but I'm doing it in this case for a very particular reason, which is if Choice Band, Terra Stellar, Scizor, Bullet Punch, even without Helping Hand, can OHKO Roaring Moon before it gets Tailwind up. It can OHKO even bulky defensive Roaring Moon. Guaranteed. So I'm hoping to see Roaring Moon without Clefable next to it. And in that circumstance, I can basically take out his Roaring Moon, assuming he's doing a Tailwind style team, and kill it before it moves unexpectedly, and kind of just run away with the game from there. I usually do Life Orb Scizor because I don't like not being able to switch moves. It takes away a lot of utility of the Mon. You end up not being able to use U-Turn because you already used a different move. So I'm usually against Choice Band Scizor, but in this particular situation, I think that it's the right choice. I just have to be really, really careful not to put myself in a position where I'm bullet punching in my own psychic terrain, because that can lose you the game immediately. So I have knockoff to Terra Stellar. Knockoff does about 90% to Pecharunt, even though it has a massive defense stat. So I'm hoping that if I see Pecharunt, that'll be one option to take it down to low enough health where even if it uses Recover, it's manageable. U-Turn if I see something I don't like and can get out of there. And Bug Bite is here because Bug Bite will OHKO, Terra Stellar Bug Bite will, or Helping Hand Bug Bite will OHKO Weird Ear. It can be 252 HP, 252 defense. It still OHKOs with Choice Band Bug Bite. So that's here for that reason. U-Turn, I normally have Close Combat on here, but I have U-Turn this time for like a... I don't see... He doesn't have any... Let's see. He doesn't have... We have Roaring Moon, which is weak to fighting. Nothing else is weak to fighting. Yeah, neutral, neutral, neutral. There's only one fighting weakness here, and I expect Roaring Moon to Terra most games. So I don't have a fighting move there, although normally I would. Could end up biting me, but we'll see. We have... Yeah, that's a Scizor set. 96 speed on Scizor is so that I can outspeed max speed Dozo, which is 95. Heatran, this is the start of the show. Heatran is where I expect to be doing most of my damage. Burning Jealousy will burn Dozo after it gets its boosts, even if I can't have Altaria up to haze things, assuming it's not Covert Cloak, which he actually did run last week. So I'm aware of that, but Burning Jealousy could have other utility like burning Roaring Moon, who will almost certainly have booster energy, or Pecharunt could also tends to boost itself. It's not a physical attacker, but a little chip damage of burn never hurt anybody. And Overheat, so I can do big damage into anything that Terra steals. Overheat in the Sun can OHKO a lot of things. I think basically everything on his team would go down to an Overheat in the Sun. So my goal here is to get, assuming he's not running a Trick Room style team. If he's running Trick Room, I probably won't end up bringing Tornadus and Heatran. But if he's doing Tailwind things, I'll have Tornadus, Heatran. I can set up the Sun, run Heat Wave here with Tornadus, and Overheat, Burning Jealousy, Magma Storm, Solar Beam Heater just in case for Dozo things. Basically, if I see a Dozo, I don't know, it can do like 70%. So it's not, I'm not a huge fan of this move set, honestly. Magma Storm is 75% accurate. I don't know when I would end up using that, but we're here, so let's keep going. Sneasler, the same Sneasler as last week, except for we're doing, last week I had Dire Claw, Acid Spray, Close Combat. This week, like I talked about with Scizor, I don't see fighting moves being super effective against anything, except for Roaring Moon, which I expected Terra. And it can't hit Pecharunt. I don't know, I'm thinking fighting moves won't be useful here, but we'll see. We'll see if that ends up biting me. Indeedee, same Indeedee as last week, only it's Focus Sash instead of Choice Scarf. I'm thinking I can hit Imprison and prevent Trick Room this way. I can prevent Trick Room by Bug Biting with Scizor, or I can prevent Trick Room by doing Imprison Trick Room things. And anything that has Terra Blast won't be able to use Terra Blast because I set up Trick Room. So I can take one uncertainty off the table. I see a weird Terra. I can, okay, if I hit, as long as Indeedee's on the field and I hit Imprison, then you can't do a weird Terra to take me out or something. And that's basically the team. Mons that we left off this week are, Alteria's brought in. Haven't brought Dragapult yet. Really wanted to. I don't know. Didn't have time to think of a good Dragapult set that didn't require Focus Sash like I always do. So didn't have time for that. Some people do Choice Band things, but I have Choice Band taken up too. Zangoose. I really wanted to bring Zangoose. It makes a lot of sense because it has Toxic Boost, which gives it a boost in the, if it's poison, and Pecharunt likes to poison things. Or it can just be immune to poison. I wanted to make that work so badly, but it's just so weak. Like 60 defense and 60 special defense. It just can't live anything. No. It also doesn't do a whole lot of damage. So Stantler, if I was doing Trick Room things, then I would bring Stantler and set up my own Trick Room. But with him having Vikavolt, nothing slower than, or even close to slower than Vikavolt. Even if I did like Room Service Heatran, which is my slowest Mon, it still would be outsped by Vikavolt in Trick Room. Iron Valiant, I wanted to bring two, but it just isn't, the fairy fighting has a lot of weaknesses to Jirachi and Roaring Moon and just a lot of things, and I would add Focus Sash taken up. So we ended up with this team: Altaria, Tornadus, Scizor, Heatran, Sneasler, Indeedee. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it'll be fun to have Altaria here regardless. I like using weird mons. So let's try something different.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, I'll see you out there. All right, we have Jirachi. I'm terrified. This is a Trick Room team. But no, or is it? It's kind of weird. Oh, he didn't bring Pecharunt. First thing noted, which it isn't too crazy because I have 3 different steel types on my team. Or at least 3 different options for steel types. So no Pecharunt. Jirachi I find scary. I looked it up. I've never used Jirachi, and it learns everything, it seems like. It can also be a special attacker or physical attacker. Obviously, you have Dozo-Giri, which is why I have Altaria for haze things. Oops, you just say good luck. Okay, how much time do I have? A minute? Okay, Scizor can kill Weirdeer in one hit with Bug Bite, but if he leads like Weirdeer, there's not a lot of offense here. Okay, so where's our offense at? His offense is, Weirdeer has like 95 attack, special attack. Jirachi, Roaring Moon, and Dozo. But Dozo doesn't want to be Super Dozo mode in Trick Room. It's quite puzzling. I don't really know where to start. Like, you set up Trick Room if you're Jack, and you do what exactly? Let's go Comfort Lead right up the bat. I'm just not sure what I'm looking at exactly. It'll be really interesting to see. Jirachi, Steel, and Psychic. You have this Bing Bong. It's Fairy type, who is Terra Steel, of course. I don't have any fighting moves this round. With Terra Steel Roaring Moon, that kind of seems like a misplay on my end, but it's not bringing any fighting moves. But I I could imprison NDD. I'm focus sash this week, so I'm not let's do that. I'm thinking it's like a follow me trick room sort of thing going on here. So let's do that. Imprison. Oh, helping hand. Oh no. And kill my Sneasler. At least nothing can get trick room up while. Oh! Wait, what? Helping hand. Oh, it went for expanding force, but I used imprison. That's so funny. Not intentional on my end, but I'm glad that worked out. He probably thinks I'm like a million level IQ, but I just didn't even, I was trying to prevent trick room. So now what do I do? He can't click trick room now, so I'm kind of free to swap NDD out. So and what terror was this Clefairy? Steel? Let's just throat chop it. And switch to Heatran. Yeah. So we got... Okay. But now this thing can get Trick Room up. Okay, Weird Ear can get... So we have Clefairy, Weird Ear, Jirachi. I wonder if Jirachi's slow. Is Jirachi slow? I don't think so. Jirachi? I've only seen like max... I think the 100 everything, right? It's not as low. So is the plan to get... I'm still so confused about this plan, but let's just do what we can do here. Throat Chop here again. And then... Could Earthquake, I guess. Let's Terra Bug just in case. Just in case he uses Earthquake or something. Does a lot. Okay. Terra Bug's also okay because it's not really weakened to anything. Unless this Jirachi has like a random... I guess he got Meteor Beam. That would be crazy. So is this the plan? Is the plan Trick Room Jirachi? It didn't use, I'm trying to... No, I guess it didn't have the, whatever it's called, room service. Okay. Let's switch. And... Burning Jealousy, just in case they're doing some sort of boost thing. I think he's going to Meteor Beam here. Would be my guess. Oh, if I live this, then I can... Well, it's going to die anyway. Oh, no, it won't die. Okay. Damn, it did a lot. We have a pretty strong Heatran this week. We have, like, Assault Vest, Max Special Attack Heatran. So now we have Roaring Moon. And to my recollection, he isn't Terra'd. And I need to remember that I cannot Bullet Punch because Psychic Terrain is up for one more turn, but it's still here. No, it's slow Roaring Moon, right? I expected the Terra Steel. I can get my Scizor out of here. Now, what move did I think this thing clicked? Probably Stomping Tantrum into Scizor. Let's... I might want Bullet... I'm trying to decide if I want Bullet Punch up. Because if I want Bullet Punch later, I should bring in Indeedee now. So that my Psychic Terrain ends. And it has Focus Sash too, so I stall out another turn of Trick Room. But do I even care about Trick Room at this point? But I don't know, it feels like the right thing to do. Knockoff, okay. I can imprison again, but Jirachi how slow can Jirachi even get? I guess it could get slow. So I'm assuming no absolute minimum speed Jirachi, which would be quiet, I guess. Quiet Jirachi. 94. My heat train's 98. Dang. From 2 turns left. I was very confused. Yeah, single target expanding force because the Psychic Train ran out that turn. And then did he Dragon Dance? Oh, this is genius. Heat Train doesn't live another expanding force, but you can only pick one. So I get rid of something. You can take Sneasler, or you can take Heat Train. Oh, I had Heat Wave on for a long time. How much did what's that thing called? Burning Jealousy do before? Where is this in the thread? Follow me, Throat Chop. 20, Side Shield Best, Burning Jealousy, okay. Oh, it's a crit that one time. No wonder it did so much. That lost 31%. Okay. Let's do this. I can get rid of Jirachi anytime. Okay. You take out the Heat Train. I guess I guessed right, so we can get rid of Jirachi. Now, I think we should be good. I wonder how much Bullet Punch does. Roaring. I didn't have time to pull these up beforehand. Scizor, pretty classic choice band set this week. Oops. Scizor. Oh, shit. Almost ran out of time. Okay, looks like we won, right? Wait, did we not win? Oh my god, oh my god, I lost to inactivity. That's so unfortunate. I was not paying attention. Okay, let's decide if that's a win or not, because I have a free Bullet Punch. Let's talk about this. Okay, we should make this like not timer in the future, or I should just pay attention. I didn't even know. I was not paying attention at all. I thought that was the timer for the game. Like, I mean your turn. And when I realized I had 3 seconds left, I should have like skipped the replay immediately. I didn't realize the replay, when it plays back while it's like doing the moves, that counts toward your 3 seconds. I thought the timer would start after it was done showing what happened in the turn. Crazy stuff. Okay, so we kind of get the idea, I guess, but it's still very confusing. Imprison Trick Room Indeedee. I mean, Imprison Trick Room, Imprison Expanding Force Indeedee is super clutch, unintentionally. So we just have the option. I'm thinking they're going to do like fast Dozo things this turn, right? Because that Imprison, I'm taking the Imprison Expanding Force really shuts down what they want to do. So let's do my Forbidden strategy. Should I? I have Altaria here, helping hand, so I can basically Bullet Punch that Roaring Moon before it can move. But it's Terra Steel. Let's do it. Altair is so funny. He's probably like, what? The Safeguard is here for Petra, which isn't even here. Haze was here for Petra and for Dozo. I don't really need the follow me to get Tailwind up. Guess that's the plan. Let's do like... No, let's do the plan. Oh, protected. Okay, well. Moonblast my Altaria, not fun. I notice this isn't booster roaring moon either. It usually is. Or if the Fable lives this bullet punch, probably not, right? Jason, why don't we decisions, man? I always have acid spray if I wanted to. Okay, let's stay here. Bullet punch the Fable. Oh, so we have... Okay, so we don't have Dozo-Giri. That's good to know. Altaria did basically nothing, but it's okay. So we have Weird Ear, which is Terra what? Terra Stellar. Well... What if I had a Sneasler with Throat Chop? How much would that do? Two, 2, 5, 2. Not as much as you think, really, but I think that's still a good option. So we're going to no, there's no way, right? Yeah. Let's Throat Chop here, Bullet Punch here. Seems good. My only risk is if, basically, because it's Choice Band Scizor, which is why I don't usually run Choice Band Scizor, if you get stuck in Psychic Terrain using Bullet Punch, you just lose. You basically have a wasted, you basically lose 2 Mons for 1. Losing the Mon you lost, and then Scizor being useless for the rest of the game. So I have to be really cognizant not to lose Sneasler. I think Terra Dark helps us achieve that regardless. Okay. Got the Dream Catcher. No Terras have been used, and you have Terra... What's it called? Terra Psychic Jirachi. Okay. Well, then let's take this opportunity. No? I don't want Bullet Punch, too. Well, Terra Psychic doesn't... You can't kill Scizor in 1 hit, so let's protect Sneasler to be safe. And Bullet Punch here. Okay, so you did Terra Steel. Good move. Actually, really good move. So I don't have a fighting move on any Pokemon right now. He doesn't know that, but it's true. Let's... And that thing's getting pretty scary. So let's... Let's switch out Scizor. I think my Sneasler should... Oh, I think it's pretty scary right now. Oh gosh. What was the turn order? Bullet Punch, Dragon Dance. Throat Chop here. Cool. Throat Chop here, indeed. Now I get Speed Boost. No. Okay. We live. Okay. Now I can't Bullet Punch anymore, but with 2 Steel types on the field, I probably don't want to. We know it's Expanding Force, Aura Sphere, Protect, Trick Room, Jirachi. So he's a fighting move and a psychic move. We know Roaring Moon has knockoff. And we have, of course, Sash available on Indeedee. I should have paid attention to who went first, Jirachi or Indeedee in the past turns. No, I guess it was Indeedee, because I hit Imprison before he hit Expanding Force. Okay, this Roaring Moon is a problem, I need to get rid of it. So let's knock that thing off. And Expanding Force. Okay, Quadruple resisted here, I think. Does 11%. It's not nothing. Okay. Man's the problem. Knock off here. It might be done for. So how do I win this? I knock off Roar. I somehow live. Nope, I didn't live. Okay, I lose. Okay. I think we know know a little bit what's going on here now. The Dragon Dance Roaring move is really cool tech. Really, really cool. 1 game, 2 game. And oh shit, we need to bring it for 3rd game because of that, because of the disconnect thing. Let me just message him on Discord. Yeah. Okay, he's gonna resend the challenge. Props to Jack for you know, being cool and giving the win on that last turn. He totally could have been like, well, you should have paid attention to the timer, which I should have. But good dude. Let's pause recording until I get the actual request though. Okay, got the request, so let's set our shit back up. Show all teams. Freaky, I didn't even put weak, I put Weck. Freaky Weck. Okay, Altaria was pretty useless there. The Terra Steel Roaring Moon creates some problems. I think Heatran was pretty helpful last time. I think Heatran's good. I want Heatran. I don't need Tailwind. Except for like in that situation where it was like a late. Really, it's a steel Terra on that thing. It's a problem more than anything. Which is why Heatran's definitely coming. I think I have Heat Wave on Tornadus too. I do. We could try to like burn everything to the ground with Tornadus, Heatran, double Sunny Day. Let's do Indeedee, Heatran, Sneasler, Tornadus. With Imprison, I can guarantee that we don't get Trick Room up this turn. Because even if Jirachi kills Indeedee, it can't use... Yeah, this is good. I don't think the Roaring Moon has Acrobatics. So I'm good to Terra Bug as well. Terra Bug. Terra Bug Overheat. No. Imprison. Terra Bug. Yeah, overheat. Let's do that. I think he's gonna protect Jirachi. Yeah. Which is smart. But my Indeedee also has protect. Does it? No, it doesn't have protect. Oops. Okay. That was a big problem. It's a very big problem. And to overheat that Jirachi. Okay. Oh, we're doing Dozo stuff. Oh, I would have wanted the critical hit. I don't know if that mattered or not. And I missed the overheat. Oh my god, it's going so poorly. Okay, we don't get Trick Room up though. So let's put Sneasel out there. Now we're fast. Even if they go fast Dozo mode, I can outspeed. And what tears the Dozo? Where is it? Dark? Let's do... Acid Spray. Burning Jealousy. Then I can get... it'll be burned. Oh, Earthquake. Okay, I'm Terra Bug though. So Sneasel's gone. And now you have Burned Dozo. It got the stat raises. Why didn't it burn it? Is that not how that works? What's the description of the move? What? Wait, what? Scanning Force. Burning Jealousy has a 100% chance to burn the target if it had a stat stage raised this turn. Well, from what I see, Dozo has double the attack, double the special attack, double the speed, double the defense, and double the special defense, and all that happened this turn. So I'm very confused by why it didn't get burned. Unless, oh, it's Covert Cloak. Oh, this motherfucker. Okay, I think he wins then. Because he's gonna outspeed. You know what's funny? Let's hit Trick Room just in case he protects. And then Trick Room. I think my only option is hoping he protected there. Because then he wouldn't be able to protect again. I could Solar Beam him, but he's gonna protect this turn, because why wouldn't he? Yeah, that makes sense. Well, I guess we lose. Unfortunate. Well played for Jack, though. Super well played. GG's. I should have expected the Covert Cloak, because I looked at his previous match, and he had Covert Cloak on the Dozo. I'm assuming... Yeah. Well, that was fun. Crazy team. That was whatever I expected from Jack. I did not. I got something different, which is awesome. Really creative team. Has a lot of potential for to be really dangerous, and he found a really fascinating way to use it that got him the win. I mean, totally unexpected, but kind of genius. I like it. All right, peace.